Welcome to Rate My Gadget. Today we're going to be looking at the installation of a dummy dimmer. What's a dummy dimmer, I hear you say? Well, it's when you have got one of the switches is a dummy, which means it's literally just an on and off switch. It's not smart and you can't dim it, but the other one is smart and you can dim. So it's the configuration where you want one that's dimmable and one that's not. And the benefit of it is you might have up to 4 switches on your panel, and there's one that doesn't need to be smart and doesn't just needs to be an on-off. It looks exactly the same, but it literally just presses on and off. I mean, the other way around, on and off. Now we'll show you how to install it.
So if you want to replace an old horrible plastic white switch with the lovely looking Repenic smart switch, you may have a scenario where actually one of the switches you don't want to be smart. And that is maybe because that switch goes off to another switch. So for me here, this light here, which is here for this hallway, I want to make this one smart, whereas I want to make this what's called a dummy switch. So it still looks like a dimmer, but actually it just has an on-off configuration and it is not a smart one. It literally stays as on and off. The reason you may want to do that is because sometimes with switches, if you've got an open plan house, it can get quite complicated if switches are linking up. So if this one, for example, goes to another switch and then that has 2 switches which goes onto another switch, you don't want a situation where you're having to change lots of switches in the house. So having a dummy dimmer means that you can have a 2 gang like this, one of them being smart, one of them being dummy. And the reason I want to do with the dummy dimmer is because this switch here, walk this way, this is the switch that's up in the hallway and I don't want to change this. I want to leave it where it is. So that means that the dummy switch, the dummy dimmer downstairs, which connects to this in a 2-way, I don't need to change this because that dummy dimmer that connects downstairs doesn't actually act as a smart switch. The other thing as well for me here, this is upstairs, I want to keep with the white plastic look which exists in the rest of the house upstairs rather than having to change this to metal and changing everything else around it to metal. The other thing as well with this dimmer is this controls up here LED lights. So actually behind here it has an LED driver. So it is a bit more of a complicated setup for this switch here. So actually all that means that I do not want to touch this switch. So because this is in a 2-way, I can connect to a dummy dimmer down there, which happens to be on a 2 gang with the smart switch, which is controlling the lights in the hallway downstairs. Let me show you that in a bit more detail, how that looks on the switches. Here are 2 Repenic 2 gangs, but if I turn it over, you can see that these modules here, this RD250ZG, these indicate that these are both smart dimmers. So what that means is that both of these will work in a smart way in which you can control them. However, if you go onto the back one here, you can see that you've got a smart dimmer on this side, and then you've got this dummy dimmer, the RSS1, but it's still got the look of the lovely Repenic metal finish on the front. So what that means is, like in this setup, if you don't want to have part of your lights on the 2 gang as a smart system, you can just have a dummy dimmer. And what Repenic will do is if you order these and you can have it up into a 4 gang and you message them, you could even have configurations in which you have 2, 3, or maybe just one of them as a smart dimmer and the rest of them as dummy dimmers. Okay, and that's really useful in some instances. So for example, if you have lights that go out to the patio area and you want them to be smart, but you don't want the lights that it's connected to maybe a garage to be smart, it means that you can have one side which is smart and one side that is a dummy dimmer. As I said earlier on, for our setup, the reason that I'm going for a dummy dimmer is because the lights up in the hallway, I want to leave those light switches as they are. I don't want to have to buy another Repenic system, because if you have a smart dimmer, which is in a 2-way and connected to another switch, then because it's a smart dimmer, you'll need a multi-way dimmer at the other end. Okay, whereas with a dummy dimmer, it pretty much acts as a standard dimmer, just it is literally on and off. There is, although you can't even rotate it, it's just got the look of a dimmer, but you can turn it on and off. One thing you can do So in this configuration here, like I was saying, I've got a smart dimmer and I've got a dummy dimmer. Now let's say for argument's sake that you wanted to change these, so you wanted to move one onto the other side or whatever. I mean, maybe you don't want to do that, but let's just use it as an example. So what Repenic allow you to do, so for example, this one here has now got a multi with a dummy. If I wanted to change these for having two dummy dimmers, let's say, I can remove this one from this casing and I could utilize this one if I wanted to. Okay, so this could be really useful if you have a 4-gang, in which, although Repenic are really good at listening to you and making sure that they know which one goes where, you can change it if you like, because maybe you prefer the configuration different down the road. So let me just show you. So if I take this dummy dimmer, for example, so first of all, you just pull the knobs here at the front straight out like this. Okay, and you'll need to do this later anyway when you're doing the installation. If you do this here, okay, like that, okay, like that, then that comes off there. Now you've left with the body of it. Okay, so this dummy dimmer here, what you can do, see this collar here, if you just grab it and start turning here, this then starts coming off like this, see, like that. Okay, what that does is that allows you to pull that out the back. Really, really easy. Yeah, and then what you can do is if you want to put it into that side, you can put it into that side. I mean, actually, Repenic have put it in the right orientation for me, but this just goes to show that you can change them if you so wish, which is great if you want to start doing that for a 4-gang. Right, let me proceed with the installation. So obviously, before you do any electrical work, do make sure that the appropriate lights on your fuse box are off. So I am turning off the upstairs and the downstairs lights, and you can obviously check with a multimeter. The reason I'm doing that is because in my setup, the downstairs lights need to be powered off because of the hallway that I'm changing, and the upstairs lights are where it links in via a 2-way to the upstairs hallway that I was showing earlier on. So obviously with all of this, if you are not sure, please seek professional electrical advice, but make sure it's isolated and make sure that if you can, it's locked out and no one else can inadvertently turn it back on. Okay, so this is the switch that I want to change. I've isolated the power and I've removed the 2 screws here. This one is going to be a dummy dimmer, so basically act as a switch. This one is going to be the smart, which is in a 2-way, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so if I show you the back of this, what you'll see is that, and you'll probably have the same, is you'll have a series of leads that will be going into the top here for the power and then into the bottom for your 2-way. So you can see they've all sleeved them brown, which means that they are live. There is also some earthing cables in there, so you need to be able to utilize an earthing cable. But what I'm going to do is wire this up. So in essence, these 2 wire cables at the top here, I will wire into the Repenic, and these 2-way I'll also have to wire into the Repenic. Let me show you how that's done on the dummy dimmer. So the key to this is to go methodical. So first things first, I've taken out the live that's coming from the board that's at the top there, and I've put it into the dummy dimmer, so the one that's marked RSS1, into the L, which is the live. L2 and L1 are the ones that will take the 2-way leads at the bottom. Okay, so those will go into there. Again, be methodical with it, make sure you're happy. So I'm now going to be removing these 2, putting them in here. Then I'll start removing what I want to become the smart dimmer. So that will be the live at the top, and again, the 2-ways at the bottom. But I'll show you what all those connections look like in a minute. So here we go. I have now wired those up so that you can see, if I just move that out of the way ever so slightly. So on the dummy dimmer, can't see it very well. Let me see if I can come from the underneath. That's better. So from the dummy dimmer, you can see that I've put L1 and L2 into the 2-way and the live. So I've now completely taken out all the wires from this side of the switch here. So all that's left that I need to do is the earth, the live, and the 2-ways for the smart dimmer. Okay, so the dummy dimmer is connected. Obviously, I won't power it on because it's still exposed. Now I'll be wiring up the smart dimmer. So there you go, it's all wired up, so you can't really see the back of it, but let me just try and do it from the top down. You can see that on the right hand side of your picture I have put those two line 1 and 2 in, and I did the smart dimmer's now wired in, and the dummy dimmer. The other thing as well to be aware of, obviously before you connect it, is you'll need an earth wire. Now I'm fortunate enough that I've got 2 earth wires here, which should be color coded yellow and green, but obviously if you're not sure, please do check it's an earth with a multimeter. Again, if you're not sure, please seek professional advice. And that, I've just left this loose at the moment. There is an earthing connection which is down here, and you can see that there's an earth symbol just underneath it as well. So that is the earth point, and make sure you put that in. Okay, so now I've connected the earth wire. If you haven't got an earth wire, you will need one. So it may be, if you've got an earth wire, you may want to do like a strapper that goes across and make sure it's sleeved appropriate. I'm happy that all these leads are in and tight and there's no exposure to any metal bits. Now what you can do is you can turn the power on and check that these work. Do obviously be careful because you have got electrical exposure here. However, I'd recommend not to do that. Now it's putting it back onto the wall. And basically what you're doing is these 2 holes here will be going into these plates here. So screw this onto the wall and then we'll go from there. Now, hopefully you should be able to get this in, and the wires that are inside there won't give you too much of a problem, but you want to try and get this as flush as possible so you can put the plate over the top. Okay, so power is still off, but now you've got to a position where the box, you don't want it to be underneath, but you want it to just be flush. And if you want to check, put the plate by hand over the top and just check that there's no significant gaps behind it. There, okay, so you want the plate to be as flat to the wall as you can. The other thing to notice is if you tighten this up, there is slight give in which you can rotate it, so just make sure that when you're doing these screws up that you're kind of pushing the box when it starts getting tight so that it's horizontal. Now I'm happy, so I will put this over the top here and start screwing the screws and the lights on and turn all the power on. Okay, so now that you've got the plate on the wall where you want it to go, now the next bit is actually fitting the dials over the top. So I've already done one here. So what you've got is that collar just screws on hand tight, and I'll show you. So you've got on the collar itself, you've got these 2 indents. They go onto the outside. You can tighten them up with a tool, but to be honest, you only need to do it hand tight. Turn it clockwise like this. And those 2 collars then hold that plate onto the back wall, okay, like that. Now it's to put the dial on itself. So what you'll see is that on the dial you've got this flat end, you've got this flat end there. So you just line the 2 up like so, and you just push it on, and it's got a nice feel about it, okay? So if I just show you on the second one, again, this collar just needs to be hand tight. Look where the line is, and then you can just put that over the top, put it over there, and there you go.
Okay, I hope that helps, and thank you for watching. We've got lots of other videos on smart switch installation and other kinds of installation. So please like and please subscribe, and yeah, check it out. Thanks.